The topic of my TED video is English language learners in grades K to 12. At the beginning, we need to identify who is English language learner, ELL. English language learner is person whose first language is not English and learns English as a second language. Educators also use a number of terms when referring to English language learners, including English learners, English as a second language learners, limited English proficient students, non-native English speakers, language minority students, and bilingual students. Here in my presentation, I use the term English language learners, ELLs. According to U.S. Department of Education, National Center for Education Statistics 2014, the percentage of public school students in United States who were English language learners was higher in school year 2011 to 12, which is 9.1% or an estimated 4.4 million students, than in 2002 to 3, which is 8.7% or an estimated 4.1 million students. In 2011 to 12, 7 of the 8 states with the highest percentages of ELL students in their public schools were in the West. In 8 states, Alaska, California, Colorado, Hawaii, Nevada, New Mexico, Oregon, and Texas, 10% or more of public school students were English language learners, with ELL students constituting 23.2% of public school enrollment in California. Now, let's talk about the characteristics of ELLs. Albeta 2010 divided ELL's language proficiency into 5 levels, which are beginning, developing, expanding, bridging, and extending. In each level, ELLs present different characteristics. ELLs in beginning level are self-conscious and confused, experience a silent period, respond with 1 or 2 words, or memorize expressions. They rely on first language, visuals and diagrams to understand and communicate, and they can only read or write survival vocabulary and have limited spoken English. ELLs in developing level begin to understand social norms such as eye contact and personal space, but they always observe others before attempting a task. They rely on visuals, join pictures, and know phrases to understand. For example, they can label and use pictures to communicate. They can only use basic vocabulary and fragmented speech, and compile words and phrases for daily living. ELLs in expanding levels are high oral and low in literacy. They choose to be silent or reluctant to take risks, or be talkative. Though they may have grammar, tense, word choice, errors, they are able to import new words into familiar language structure. Also, they can respond to the 5 W questions using simple sentences. ELLs in bridging level have made a significant progress. They appear competent in most social and academic situations and can understand most social conversations with style support and academic with some support. They can contribute information on a variety of topics, but they still tend to observe and rehearse prior to speaking. ELLs in extending level are confident and competent in all social and academic situations, and they may go back and forth between first language and English. Also, they can use visuals and models to support acquisition of abstract language and concepts. In this level, vocabulary development is crucial to academic learning. Challenges for ELLs. As stated in Kim and Cassier 2014, many researches show that long-term ELLs are often blamed for their academic underachievement. The students, who have been struggling from year to year, fall further and further behind. Moreover, ELL's limited opportunities to learn have resulted in undesirable educational outcomes, including low engagement, high retention and dropout rates, and inappropriate referral to special education. So, how does school respond to these challenges? Egan and Carcock 2010 concluded 5 types of ELL programs school may provide for ELLs. The first one is immersion programs. Immersion programs place ELLs in general education classrooms without additional assistance to help them learn both English and academic content at the same time. It's like throwing ELLs into a swimming pool and let them soak in entire English environment. The second is maintenance programs. In maintenance programs, students maintain first language through reading and writing activities in first language, while teachers introduce English. The third is transitional programs. ELLs learn to read in first language and teachers give supplementary instruction in English as a second language. After mastering English, ELLs enroll in regular classrooms and discontinue learning in first language. It's like giving ELLs a letter so they can gradually master English. Fourth is ESL pull-out programs. Pull-out programs in which ELLs are provided with supplementary English instruction along with regular instruction in content classes. Fifth is Shatter English. Shatter English is an approach to teaching ELLs in academic classrooms that modify instruction to assist students in learning content. Academic content and literacy is vital for ELLs, which may limit their academic development in school. The Institute of Education Sciences published Practices Guide in Education to offer educators specific, evidence-based recommendations that address the challenge of teaching ELLs in the elementary and middle grades. Let's see the recommendations. Recommendation 1. Teach a set of academic vocabulary words intensively across several days using a variety of instructional activities. Recommendation 2. Integrate oral and written English language instruction into content area teaching. Recommendation 3. Provide regular structured opportunities to develop written language skills. Recommendation 4. Provide small group instructional intervention to students struggling in areas of literacy and English language development. Tissington and Locker 2010 suggested 6 strategies and content areas for teaching ELLs. Drama and movement. Incorporating physical exercise such as drama and movement in reading instruction has shown to be fun for children. For ELLs especially, drama and movement has been shown to help with decoding, fluency, and vocabulary. For example, ELLs can act out a story which includes new vocabulary words or read and dramatize a short script. Math. Mathematic concepts can be taught kinesthetically. An example would be for ELLs to measure items using their body parts such as arms, legs, or hands. Music. In addition to movement strategies, music can also be used to motivate and stimulate ELLs who are struggling with language development. Wordplay, charms, and songs are all can be used to teach music to ELLs. Science. Teaching science to ELLs can be described as follows. Determine appropriate skills and concepts. Determine specific activities. Include students' background knowledge and appropriately assess students' learning. Social studies. Many strategies can be used to teach social studies for ELLs, such as role-playing, graphic organizers, shared language experiences, and peer collaboration. Story reading. Story reading can enhance ELL's vocabulary by learning words in content and providing opportunities for oral response, which benefits ELL's overall literacy development. In the end, I want to say, diversity makes the world colorful. As educators, we should respect all cultures and value the contributions that cultures' differences make to learning. This is my presentation, and thank you for listening.